Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be hitting up shoulders. Now, last week's shoulder session, I had dropped out the Viking press in order to concentrate some on doing, adding in extra lateral raises. So I did, alongside the high lateral raises, I did low cable lateral raises, which I had been sort of experimenting with the weekend before. What happened was because it was the first time using the low cable lateral raises, I ended up using a weight that wasn't ideal. I used a weight that was too light, and I ended up doing, it was like 50 something odd reps for each arm, and it really sort of dragged the whole workout out a little bit. So the focus for this week is going to be, I still want to kind of focus on the lateral head of the delt. But what I'm going to try and do this week is just start adding in a little bit of weight to see, it was a bit difficult because it was a bit difficult last week, because what was happening was, because I was taking it as close to failure as I could, whenever I couldn't get any more full reps, I started just doing partials, which that's one of the reasons why I started losing count of where I was at. So what I want to do is just start adding in a little bit of weight. To be honest, those two exercises, unlike the dumbbell lateral raise, which have dropped out, those two exercises are really good at getting a stretch on that lateral head of the delt. And because of that, I don't really mind if all of the reps are just length and partials, to be honest, because I didn't really even start to feel the delt last week until I started not being able to get the full reps. And for a good day or two afterwards, normally whenever I'm doing lateral raises, I'm sore on the day of, like stiff on the day of, and then the day after I can kind of feel it, and then it just goes away. Last week, after doing those two cable variants for the lateral head of the delt, I did for a good 2 days off. In fact, for about 3 days after it, I could still feel, the delt where it had been worked. So it definitely hit where I wanted it to hit on that lateral head of the delt, and it seemed to do a good job. So yes, I don't mind if by adding in a little bit of weight, I'm sort of reducing the number of full reps, full range of motion reps that I do down to 0, so long as I'm able to get a good contraction in the lengthened part of each of the reps that I do complete. It's still going to be a little bit experimental here, because I think I'm going to keep these two variations in for the next meso cycle at least as well, just to sort of dial it in and get a feeling for where my form starts to break down. The high cable lateral raise in particular there was someone actually commented on one of the short, I'm not sure if it was a YouTube short or the TikTok short, but they commented that, oh, that doesn't hit the lateral head of the delt, that hits the rear head of the delt. And yes, it does to an extent, especially the way I'm doing it, because I'm having to roll my shoulder forward to kind of protect that wee niggle that I have in my right shoulder. But there's a subtle difference, and it definitely hit the lateral head of my delt, not my rear delt. That's where I was feeling the burn at the time when I was doing it. But like I said last week in the video, it seems to hit a different part of the lateral head of the delt. It seems to hit lower down and more sort of here. Whereas the low cable lateral raise, on me anyway, seems to hit higher up on the cap of the delt. But yes, to get back to what I was saying, the high cable lateral raise in particular, it's very, very, very easy to start bringing your triceps into that movement. So I want to play about with the weight until I find there'll be like a tipping point where if I use any more weight, I'm going to start using too much. I'm going to start using my triceps to try and hike the weight down, as it were. And I just need to be careful of that. It can be things like that, traps like that can be very easy to fall into. So I need to find just the right balance. Like I said, it's going to be a bit experimental. It may even be experimental for a few months, just to, I'd say, kind of fine tune it and dial it in just so. Especially given the fact that you want to try and progressively overload it as I'm going along. That's one of the things that I found last week, was that as the session went on, I started feeling it in my triceps after a few reps, and then would have to adjust, kind of readjust, or straighten my arm out, or to readjust is the best way to put it. Try and readjust the angle that I'm hitting it at, and just pay particular attention to it. So that's something that I just need to be very, very wary of. So today we're going to start off with last week with the shrugs. The shrugs, I had a new personal best in the shrugs last week. What I'm going to do this week is I'm not going to try for any more weight in the shrugs. What I'm going to do is I'm either going to do more reps, or what I'm really sort of toying with the idea of doing is a back offset at the end. I did a back offset on Tuesday for chest of flat dumbbell press, and that has worked wonders. My chest, now I did do an extra set of pause flies, but my chest is really, really sore from the last chest day workout. So I think what I'm going to do for shrugs is do a back offset. So take it up to the weight that I used last week, and then drop back. I'll maybe drop back not quite back to the warm up weight, but I'll drop back quite a bit, and just rep out and see how many reps I can get. Again, utilising length and partials where I can. Aside from that, then the other exercise we're going to be doing today is going to be the seated cable face pull and the chest supported barbell face pull. So we'll see. Again, last week in the seated cable face pull, I had a new personal best on that last week. I'll have to see just what I can manage this week. Again, it might be a case of extra reps or a back offset. I don't know. I'll have to see how I feel by the time I get to that. Problem with the face pulls, the pulling variations for rear delts that I do, they hit your traps quite a lot, as well as they hit the upper trap quite a lot, as well as the rear delt. So the shrugs can, if I do a back offset of shrugs, it might have an impact on that, but we'll see when we get there. Like I said, if we don't increase weight, I'll increase reps, or I'll do a back offset in each of those two particular exercises, and just see what we can't achieve. All right, let's get to it. All right, that's going to do it for shoulders. All in all, yeah, it was fairly good workout today. Wasn't maybe as good as some of the other days, but it was pretty good. It was productive. So it was. I did a back off set in the shrugs. I've really fried my traps and my upper traps today. After I did those shrugs, like immediately after I did the shrugs, I could start to feel that they were getting really well pumped, I suppose is the best way to put it. It wasn't quite as good as like a bicep pump, but I could feel them, starting to swell and stiffen. The high cable lateral raise and the low cable lateral raise, I added a couple of kilos into that. Now I did end up doing, I think it was 30 odd reps in the first set, and 20 or 30 reps. It might even have been 30 reps in the second set, and then 25 or something like that on the third set. And I did use the length and partials, especially in the third set. The third set was mostly length and partials, if I remember right. But I really felt a really good burn by the end of whenever I finished doing those two lateral raise variations. I felt a really good burn in the lateral head of the deltoid. So those are doing the business. They really are doing the business. What I might do next week is start from a slightly heavier weight next week and try and work up again, maybe add in a little bit more weight again, like I said in the introduction there, just to try and find out where that tipping point is, where my form really starts to break down, and I start to try and recruit other muscles in order to make the weight move, and then back off from there. That'll be either back off the reps or back off the weight. That'll be the indication, as it were, that I'm going too heavy or I'm going too far. And the seated cable face pulls, again, I actually think I added a couple of kilos from where I was at last week, but if I didn't add a couple of kilos, I've definitely added a few reps from where I was at last week. But again, because my traps were fried from doing the shrugs, I think the traps were nearly the limiting factor there. So they were. And I didn't, in fairness, on the chest supported barbell face pulls, I stayed at the same weight that I was at last week on those, but I pretty much hit failure by the end of the 3 sets. I had pretty much hit failure, which is a good thing. So it is. It means that there was nothing left to give, as it were. And we'll see what happens in the next few days. I can feel my entire, I call it the yoke, the entire sort of trap, upper back area and around the top of the shoulders. I can feel that entire area just solid, so I can. So that's usually a good sign. So it is. That's usually a good sign. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, feed the anabolic algorithm with a comment, shares, likes, and subscribes, and we'll catch us in the next one. Take it easy.